I get a lot of people messaging me, asking me, Marshall, I've got no degree, I've got no diploma, I've got no job experience, or maybe I lost my job and I have got no income right now. What can I do to generate money, especially online, maybe working from home? In this video, I'm going to reveal the number one thing that I would do if I was absolutely broke. I had no money, no experience, no degree. The number one thing that I would do to make money online. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Marshall Malaba and I'm on a mission to expose the income secrets of some of Africa's online millionaires. I want to become one of them and I want to take you along the journey. If you want to learn how to build online income which will give you financial freedom, all you have to do is hit that bell notification and hit that subscribe button so that you'll be notified every single time I create content just like this. Let's go. Before I jump into the actual content, I just wanted to throw a quick reminder that I've got a free masterclass which is called the 0 to 1000 Online Business Masterclass, where I actually teach people how to make their first $1,000 online using a very special method. If you want to find out what that method is, there's a link below this video that you can click on that link and register for the 0 to 1000 Online Business Masterclass. But make sure that you watch this video first so that you know the number one thing that I would do if I was absolutely broke. Alright, so the number one thing that I would do is I would look for some skills that I can learn online and develop those skills and then start offering them to people around the world so that I can get paid for them. In other words, I would then become a freelancer. First of all, I would identify a skill, I would learn it, and then I would become a freelancer offering my services to people all around the world. Now, a lot of people assume and think that you need to go to school, you need to get a degree and stuff like that for you to be able to maybe start selling your skills or for you to qualify to get a job or something like that. But there's a whole network, there's a whole world out there of people who are freelancers and they're getting paid for skills that they have. These are skills that you don't have to go to school for, but you can easily learn just by doing a Google search or just going on YouTube. For example, there's video editing, there's copywriting, there's search engine optimization specialist, there's website builder, there's graphic designer, there's data entry, there's virtual assistants, there's digital marketing specialists, there's marketing specialists, there's proofreading, and so many more. And to give you an example of this from my own personal experience, I remember a couple of years back, I was absolutely broke. I couldn't find a job. I was trying to study, trying to work my way through university, and I needed money to raise money for fees, right? So a friend of mine offered me a job helping him market and sell laptops. Long story, cutting it short, I started managing like his marketing. I was now the one who was actually in charge of marketing, and the main way that I was marketing was by using social media. Now, I had no idea about social media. I didn't learn it at school or anything. I just knew that it was a thing. And so the way that I learned it was by going onto YouTube and just typing and saying how to use social media to market a business. I started learning about Facebook, I started learning about Twitter, Instagram, all that other stuff. Because I was interested and because I was desperate for money, I learned that skill. And then eventually I started using it in that business to get clients and stuff like that. To a point whereby people started recognizing that I know what I'm doing on social media, and companies started reaching out to me and hiring me to do social media for them. So I made a bit of money from that. Then, because a lot of people were asking me to do social media for them, I got the idea, why don't I actually just sell this knowledge, or why don't I teach people and get paid for it? Right? So I came up with the idea of actually creating like some form of a training. This is actually a DVD. I'm not sure if you can see it. Let me try and zoom in there. Okay, the sun's reflection. Okay, I'm not sure. All right, maybe if I do it this way, maybe you can see it now. This is a picture of me, and that's a picture of Facebook. This is a DVD that I created a couple of years ago. It's called Facebook Marketing for Any Business. So this is what I was trying to sell. So the main problem I had with trying to sell this thing is that I needed a website so that I can be able to sell this DVD to people anyway. And so I didn't know how to create a website. What did I do? I went back to YouTube and I just Googled and I said, or I just searched and I said how to build a website. And then I got so many different options like Wix and WordPress, but the one that I fell in love with was this platform called Kajabi, because it made sense. It was a way for me as a course creator, as a content creator, to be able to sell my knowledge online. Cutting the long story short again, I eventually learned how to use Kajabi, and while I was learning how to sell my courses online, I then discovered that there are actually people who are struggling with the whole process that I went through of how exactly do you build your website, and then secondly, how exactly do you sell courses. So then I started offering that as a service, also including video editing services. So why am I telling you this story? I'm trying to show you that my journey of making money online started with me just deciding to learn some skill. After I decided to learn that skill, I went and I looked for knowledge on YouTube. I looked for knowledge on Google. You are not limited to a university degree. Maybe you don't have money for a university degree. Maybe you don't qualify. It doesn't matter. There are so many skills, and I listed some of them earlier on. Some of the skills that you actually can just start developing, and then you start offering people as a service. Now, obviously, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. If you're trying to look for a way to just make a quick buck, this is not the best way. This is a way of generating money that will pay your bills for the next months, to the next years to come. But there's that investment of time in learning. You need to learn. You need to invest your time in actually researching and looking for the videos that you should be watching and stuff like that, so that you can develop this skill. You also need to invest time in actually doing the practical, actually learning how to use, for example, if you say that you want to be a website builder, how to use the software that you'll be using. You say you want to be a video editor, how to use the software and how to actually edit videos. A lot of people, what they do is that they come to YouTube and they look for motivation. They go to Instagram, they look for motivation about you can make it, you can do it. But a lot of people, the number one reason why people are not actually making money, and some of you are actually watching my videos, the number one reason why you're not actually making money is because you're not doing, you're not taking action, you're not actually taking the steps to learn those things and actually do them. The people who are the doers, when you are a doer, sometimes you try something for about a week, for about a month, it doesn't work, but eventually you're going to figure it out, and then you start getting results. So you need to be someone who is a doer, and that's how you're going to get your breakthrough. So after learning the skill, the obvious thing that I needed was clients. How do I find clients? How do I get people who actually want me to build websites for them and do video editing for them? The first way that I learned how to get clients was from Facebook groups. I was part of a group of people who were using the platform which I was using, and I talk about it a lot. It's called Kajabi. I joined the group, and then I started identifying people who needed help. I started reaching out to them, and then later on I discovered that there are freelance websites, like the one that I'm currently using a lot these days is called Upwork, right? It's just a website where you register as a freelancer, and people who are looking for you, who are particularly looking for your services, will come in there. Then maybe they can just make a post, or maybe they can actually search and they'll find you there. Then they'll send you a request that, hey, can you do this job for me? And they will pay you. Sometimes it's some really good money, and they'll pay you to actually do the work. Now, what I wish I had learned to do earlier on, which is now what I am doing, is this concept which is called drop servicing, which I talk a lot about on this channel. I got to a point where I now had so many clients and I could not do the work. I had to tell some clients that no, I can't do the work for you, and I missed out on some money. What I should have done, which is now what I currently do, is that I actually hire some other people to now do the work on my behalf. I just go in front of the client and I say that I will do this for you, and they pay me either a deposit or the full payment. Then I go and look for another freelancer who will actually do the work. So here's a secret, here's a technique that I'm actually using. I'm part of this network, which is this freelance network, which is called Upwork, right? I get clients there. But then I go to another platform like Fiverr.com and I hire people. Fiverr, usually the people there are very much entry-level freelancers. They are damn good at what they do, but they are really offering their services at very low pricing. So I can charge someone maybe about $1,000 to do a website, and then I'll actually find someone on Fiverr who will charge me maybe $200 or $250 to actually build the website, meaning that from the profit there I'm pocketing $750. That's a concept which is called drop servicing, and I talk a lot about it on this channel, and if you just look at the playlist especially, you'll find a whole playlist about that. But also I have got a free training which is called the 0 to 1000 online business masterclass, where I actually teach people how to jump into drop servicing, so you might actually want to look at that. Now I can already hear some of you guys, you're already disqualifying yourself, saying that nah, I can't do this because I don't have the experience. I mean, like the video title says what I would do if I was absolutely broke, but I can't start looking for clients like next week after just learning this thing for 1 week, or looking for clients after maybe about 2 weeks. I need something that will make money quick. Let me tell you, if you're looking for get rich quick schemes, the problem with those things is that they don't last. They don't work all the time. I'm not saying that there are no such things like get rich quick schemes. There are things that you can just put in your money in, invest in, and within 2 days or a short space of time, you get lots of money back. But a lot of those things usually are scams. I'm talking about something here that is legit, that will work for you in the long term. You don't need to have lots of experience. You don't need to have years of experience, and this is why. There are two reasons why I'm saying that. First and foremost, you've got what you call the mirror. You know, when you wake up in the morning, you take a shower or whatever, and then you look at yourself in the mirror there. That also works in business. You are seeing a reflection of what you really look like. If you want to raise your experience level, if you want to raise your standard, you need to find a mirror. What I'm talking about when I'm saying you need to find a mirror is you need to find someone who's already doing what you're trying to do, and then use them as your benchmark, or use them as a standard of where you want to go, or the type of work that you should be doing. For example, let's say that I want to build websites and I don't have the experience, obviously. What I'll do is that I'll go onto YouTube and I'll watch some tutorials about how to use maybe a particular software, for example, WordPress. Then I'll look for a WordPress website that's beautiful, it's amazing, and it's just a good standard of the type of work that I would want to do. I will then use it as a mirror of the type of work that I should be doing. The number one mistake that a lot of freelancers make is that they wait until they have got clients for them to start practicing their craft. They watch a whole lot of tutorials and then they feel like they're good enough, and then they wait until they have got a client to practice their craft. Find a website that is the picture of the standard of work that you want to do, and just start creating it. Just redo it. You're not doing it for a client, you're doing it for yourself. You're trying to test yourself, and you're trying to give yourself that confidence so that you feel like, yes, I actually can do this. And that's how you get the experience. You don't get the experience by working with clients. You get the experience by actually practicing. Let's say you're a video editor. You find videos that impress you, right? You start doing basic tutorials about how to like edit videos, like maybe using Premiere Pro or Final Cut or whatever software that you want to use. Then you find videos that are amazing, that are a standard of what you want to do, and then you start copying them. Try and copy them exactly as they are. That's the fastest way to learn, rather than doing a whole tutorial or reading a whole book about this means this and this means that and this means that. That stuff is usually boring and you usually give up along the way. But if you're actually doing what you see that is being done out there in the market, that's something that will give you the impetus to just continue going on, and it will give you the experience that you need, so that when you start approaching clients, they actually are willing to say yes to you. The second thing that I'll say to you is that you don't need to know everything before you start reaching out to clients. A lot of people feel like, I should know everything, I should be the expert, I must have 10 years of experience. No, you don't. You just simply need to know more than the person who wants to pay you. And example, in my life, what used to happen is that there's a time when everybody was clueless about Facebook, right? And so people knew that they should have Facebook accounts, but they didn't know how to use them, and they didn't know how to use them, especially for running their businesses. If I come to you right now and I say that you must pay me $500 for me to open a Facebook page for you, for your business, you tell me that I'm crazy, because you know it's so simple and it's so easy. But there are people who are absolutely clueless on how that works. And so that's exactly what I used to do. I used to just open Facebook accounts for people. Maybe you've got a laptop and you don't know how laptops work. I used to charge people a lot of money just to reinstall software for them. You know, you take a CD, you pop it into the CD deck there, you press whatever, there are a few controls that you need to press there, you press and then the thing just fixes itself. I would get paid for that. Some people right now would tell me you're crazy, because if you go to YouTube, you will see tutorials on how to fix that problem for yourself in 2 minutes. But because there are people who are absolutely clueless about this thing, they're actually willing to pay you a lot of money to help them to solve that. So this is what I'm saying. You don't have to be experienced. You don't have to be an expert. You simply need to know more than the person who you're offering your service to. And just to put more emphasis on what I spoke about earlier on, sometimes as a freelancer, you don't have to be the one who actually does the work. You actually can focus on finding clients, and then someone else does the work on your behalf. So you are just the salesperson. So the number one skill that you should be focusing on, if you want to use that model, is learning how to sell. And I'll say it again, there are tons of resources, especially on YouTube, especially on Google, that will teach you how to sell. And what you should focus on more is how to sell a particular service. Don't say how to sell. Just decide like on the niche or the area that you want to focus on as a freelancer, and say, okay, I want to focus on maybe a video editor or an SEO specialist or a digital marketing specialist. Then you research and say how to sell digital marketing services. That's the number one skill that you just need to learn, so that when you approach clients, you know what to say to them, so that you know where to find clients. And let me tell you, the more you focus on that skill and you develop yourself, the easier it will become. You start finding clients so easily. And let me tell you, these are some of the most in-demand services, the list that I gave you earlier on. People need this stuff because right now, as I'm speaking right now, we are currently under the pandemic and people are being forced to stay at home. People can't go to work. More and more businesses need to be online. They need exposure. They need help with online stuff. So if you position yourself as a freelancer who is helping businesses or individuals with their online presence and stuff like that, you're gonna make a killing. You're gonna make a lot of money. Do me a favor and mention in the comment section which one you like and you would like to try out, or maybe if you want a bit more information about it, feel free to ask me a question in the comment section below. Let's make this interactive. Don't make it just about you watching me, but I'd also love to get feedback from you. So just mention in the comment section below which one you actually like and you're actually going to try. Well, that's all that I have for you in this video. Hoping that you enjoyed it, hoping that you found some value in it. If you haven't done so already, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so that you'll be notified every single time I create content just like this, designed to help you to achieve financial freedom. And also do me another favor and hit the like button if you like this video. If you didn't like this video, hit the unlike button. It helps me to know the type of content that you guys want me to keep creating. It helps me to know the type of direction that I need to go with this YouTube channel. And if you haven't done so already, please make sure that you watch these videos right here, which will also show you some other ideas about how to build income online. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. My name is Marshall Malaba, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.